Gary, will Matt start the game?
Yes, he will.
Was that an easy decision for you when you were evaluating?
No, it's a tough decision, real tough. But, you know, I feel like it's the best thing for our football team this weekend. And so, you know, a lot of thought went into it, a lot of evaluations, a lot of things going on. But I thought it was the best decision for this game, going into this game.
Can you talk about some of the things that went into it?
Not really. Couple inch.
What did you tell Matt when you talked to him about it? Is anything you hadn't talked to him before?
No, we talked a lot about some of the same things, John, but obviously I talked to him about, you know, my process and what I go through to look at things, and just so that he understands where I'm coming from. And you know, we just had a good meeting, and I told him what we're going to do, and we moved forward. So we talk a lot. You know, it's not like it's the first time we talk.
Gary, can you address Owen's situation?
Yeah, it's, you know, obviously y'all know about his injury. He's going to miss some time. And then, you know, the short-term IR is, you know, the possibility of that happening. So it's something that's being talked about, so we don't quite know exactly how many weeks we're dealing with right now.
So you have not necessarily put him on the IR?
You know what, I wouldn't even know. I'm busy with practice right now, so I know that Rick and them are discussing that, trying to evaluate what's going on, so I know it's a possibility there. It could have happened, I don't know, I've been busy with football today.
You said on Monday that you were somewhat concerned about his confidence and kind of where he was after the shot. Now that you've talked to him more, do you feel better about that?
No, I think it's, first off, Christy, it's only human when you're going through what he's going through. You don't just have a conversation, you're okay. You're okay when you start playing better, you know, and your team wins games, that's when you get okay. So I understand that, you know, and I'm just trying to help him work through it, trying to do some things practice-wise that I think hopefully can help, and do everything I can from my perspective as a coach to help the player work through something. And so that's, I mean, that's what I'm trying to do, and he understands exactly what I'm trying to do.
Gary, you got your hands full with Matt's situation, but in terms of special teams, you worried about that, most specifically about Randy?
Yeah, it's you know, a little bit of a concern. I mean, he actually hit it pretty good there for a few weeks. He missed one the other night. He could have, you know, obviously started the game a lot better for us as a football team. He has been kicking off pretty well. You know, I mean, I have confidence in him. If that's what you're asking me, I think he's got all the tools to be a really good kicker in this league. It's about consistency. What is he right now? 7 for 12 or something like that. So that needs to get a lot better. But I mean, our confidence in him isn't going anywhere. We think he's going to be a fine kicker. Just need more consistent.
Gary, could you address the tight end situation with Owen being where he's at?
Well, Garrett plays a lot for us anyway. He almost plays like a starter, so he becomes our starter, and then our young guy will play a lot. Griffin will play a lot. We went and got Bernie back on our roster, and so you know that's where we're at. You know, obviously we'll miss OD. It's a big part of what we do offensively, and you know we've had some challenges offensively. We lost Dwayne. You know, Andre's played nicked up. Now we got to work through OD situation, but that's part of football. We got to find a way to work through it.
Is this for your team and basically just gut check time? You see what they're made of?
I think it's always that way. You know, I don't think there's. I think it's gut check time in this league every Sunday when you take the field, and obviously we have not been playing, you know, the way we want to play in some areas as a football team, and it's hurt us. And it's something that we got to correct real quick. You know, it's week 6, and we got to find a way to win a game.
Gary, can you talk about Ryan Griffin and what his role would be now? What are you doing for your third tight end?
Well, he's a very talented young man, John. He's very smart. He's done a good job. He has played a little bit. You know, he's played in some of our other tight end sets, so we have confidence in him as a player. His role is going to increase. He's always been mostly special teams from that standpoint right now. So, you know, obviously he and Garrett are our guys if we go to a 2 tight end system. So, you know, it's just time for him to grow up real quick. You know, it's a lot like Hopkins. He's a rookie and fixing to play a lot of football. He's got to play well.
What about the third one?
Byrne, well, we had Byrne in camp, you know, and, you know, kind of a line of scrimmage guy. You know, he can do some of that for us. The biggest thing getting him back is the fact that we know he can get ready to play real quick. He knows our system from camp, so it's not a big adjustment. And if we need him this Sunday, possibly he could be ready to play.
Could you talk more about what you like about Garrett?
Well, he's just turned into a really good player, Mark. He's very versatile. Garrett plays pretty good in the run game. He's always going to threaten the pass game. And, you know, he's just he's somebody that's grown up a lot. You know, how many touchdowns he had this year, so he's been very productive in what he's doing. But we got a lot of confidence in him, but his play's fixing to pick up big time, and he needs to play big time for us.
Gary, obviously, preponderance of the focus has been on Matt's interceptions and turnovers. Defense is playing well, but doing nothing in terms of forcing turnovers. Can you just talk a little about what's going on
Yeah,
there?
we're talking about that. Now, one thing that would help if we played different type of games, you get turnovers when you're ahead in some games and people have to throw. And we played a team last week that threw the ball 16 times, so it makes it very, very difficult. So, but we played very well defensively. We can improve in the run game. We can improve in the red zone. We can improve in turnovers. So as well as we're playing, there's a lot of things we can get better at.
What was your reaction to reports that there was an incident at Matt Schaub's house?
Not really.
Coach, Ben Tate has fumbled back-to-back games and lost them. Is that a cause for concern?
Yeah, it's a concern anytime somebody turns the ball over, but I got confidence in Ben, and just like I do in our quarterback, you got to get Ben fixed, and we're ripping up the ball in practice, doing everything we can to help him, but he's played well for us. I got a lot of confidence in him, and he knows he can go out there and do that, so he goes right in with the rest of the turnovers, those count too.
Gary, sorry, you talked about the in-depth evaluation for 2 days. I know you guys self-scout to begin with. How was this evaluation different, looking not only at the quarterback, but your entire team?
I don't know that it was much different. I mean, I evaluate every week. So, obviously, I, probably got much more involved at one spot. That's what you're asking me, so I was very involved from that standpoint. But, I mean, we're always in an evaluation mode and deciding where we go next, how we go into the next week. I gave the players, we got home real late, I gave them Monday and Tuesday away from the coaches and had them watch the film and get their workout in on their own. Because I needed some time and we needed some time as coaches to come to some decisions and stuff like that. So, but as far as evaluations, we're always in that mode.
Was that why you met with the players today, because they were off on Monday?
Yeah, because I didn't talk to them Monday or Tuesday.
What about Brooks? Brandon, see?
He practiced today, John, and it was positive. The guys that didn't practice were Andre, Keyshawn, Sharpton, Wade Smith, Dobbins, Dwayne Brown, and Brooks did practice. Somewhat limited, but they both practiced the entire practice.
Was Andre just rested? Andre was
Yeah.
just rested?
Yeah.
Gary, do you or Big Dennis in your OC feel there's any amount of accountability to what you guys have been doing this year?
You always look at yourself. I think we've done some really good stuff. When you're moving the ball for almost 400 yards a game in this league, that's pretty good. We're 7th in the league. We feel like we're 32nd right now, to be honest with you, the way it went last week. So, but we've got a top 5 rusher in football. I think we have the number 2 receiver in football. So somebody's blocking and somebody's throwing it. So there's something good going on. But the negative thing that's going on is hurting all that stuff. So that's what we got to get fixed.
How much better was the pass protection when Dwayne came back last week?
I thought Dwayne played pretty good for missing 2 weeks, John. I thought he played pretty darn well. And obviously, they're a very good defensive football team. I think he'll work his way back to totally 100%. But for him to hold up all week and be right back on the field today is a good thing.
You gonna keep rotating on the right?
I think you'll see Ryan maybe play a few series or something. I think Newton is getting better. He continues to, he's been put in some tough spots because we've been throwing the ball a great deal and we expect a great deal out of him. I think basically what Ryan has done is come in and played for us for a couple of weeks and basically played in a manner that, hey, I deserve to maybe be out there a little bit. So it's more about one guy and what he's done.
You guys had such a easy, first half of the season last year. You were really rolling, and then you had some problems late in the season. Could this maybe be a blessing in disguise that makes it a little bit tougher down the stretch, having these early?
You convince me of that right now?
Glass is half full, right?
That's football. I mean, you're right. We're rolling last year and had a pretty good, things going pretty good, playing in totally different football games we're playing in right now, that's for sure. But it has been rough here the last few weeks and just got to be tough enough to get it turned and to start playing the way we're capable of playing. So, you're always working toward the next win, regardless of what's going on. There's nothing easy in this business.
Last one, guys.
What's that?
What is Keyshawn's
Shoulder.
shoulder? Is he in danger of missing the game?
I just missed practice today. So we'll see where he's at tomorrow.
Thanks.
Thank you.